Welcome. This is live from Sandvik Rock Tools Experience Center in Sandviken, Sweden. Just finished end of last year. And the topic of today is sustainability benefits of carbide recycling. Joining us is Petter Nilsson. You are a global carbide buyback program manager.
Thank you, Martina, for the opportunity to talk about our carbide recycling program within Rock Tools.
And very glad to have you here. And thanks for joining us online too. Post your questions as usual in the comments field and let us know where you're from. So, Sandvik drives the shift to more circular business models and more sustainable use of resources, and has set a goal to become more than 90% circular by the end of 2030. Before we get into details on how we build that circularity, let's get to know a little bit more about your background, Petter. You joined Sandvik in 1996.
And I've been working with different business area within Sandvik since then, and started with the mining side in 2000 as a plant manager for the rotary production plant in Köping, Sweden. And recently I've been working with sales support and development, as well as process development, and now I oversee the carbide recycling program.
So you have a wide experience. I bet that's useful.
Well, carbide recycling is more than just taking care of the carbide.
So the carbide buyback program is perhaps well known, but I'd like us to start off with another initiative, the carbide services. It's the actual regrinding of used drill bits. It also deserves attention. How does that work?
Well, within Rock Tools, we have a product line called services. And in that, we have grinding services, so carbide services, where we actually resharpen the percussion bits within top hammer and DTH. To do that, we use a grinding process where we basically reshape the insert so we can keep the performance of the product. And we do that so we can get more than twice the performance of a non-regrounded bit. And we do this for all the customers that require so, as well as within our contract business. That is a big part of our total business.
And I know that we have two bits here, one used, right?
Yeah, that one is well used, as you can see. No inserts left in the top.
Oh yeah, it's totally empty here. Yeah, I can see that. And this is a new one then?
That's a totally new one, top hammer bit with quite some sharp inserts, yes.
Yeah, it's quite a different. I can see that you need to resharpen those every once in a while. And about the carbide recycling program then, it's a driver in reducing environmental impact throughout the supply chain. Could you briefly describe it?
What we do within the carbide recycling program is that we work together with our customers and we collect the worn out products, even if they are looking like this one. We still have some good carbide inside that we can take care of. And as you know, Martina, carbide is a scarce resource, so we need to be carefully taking care of what we have.
Yeah, you just told me before the show started that there was
0.007% of the surface.
Yeah, so that's not a lot then. And could you tell me a little bit more in detail about this process, how it works?
Well, what we do with the customer is that together with the relationship with them, we serve with a container that they fill up with worn out products. When that container or several containers are filled up, we bring them back to our hub or directly to our recycling plant. With that, as you can see, the inserts are in the steel body. So we need to have a process to get the carbide out of the steel body, which is not as easy as it looks like. When we've done that, we, together with our carbide manufacturing plants in Wolfram Bergbau, we take care of the clean carbide and recycle it.
Yeah, I can see it's not that easy as it may seem. And also, I'm thinking a little bit about the sustainability benefits of this program. Could you let us know?
Well, this is a sustainability initiative, and we started this many years back. And what we know is that taking care of the used carbide and bring it through the zinc process, we basically save 70% of the energy used compared with virgin material from mining. And we also have a good reduction in CO2 by using recycled carbide.
So there are many reasons, actually. And and how simple is it for customers to participate in this program if they would want to join?
What we try to do, we try to open this for all customers. But as you can imagine, some of our mining sites are quite remotely located, and we have some logistic hurdles to jump, and it's a balance.
Yeah, I bet. And what type of rock tool bits can be recycled?
Well, basically all products can be recycled, but within rock tools, our main product lines are top hammer, DTH, rotary, and race boring. And we recycle all of those.
And is it only Sandvik tools or?
Well, in case a customer is using an alternative supplier for some application, we can also incorporate it in our recycling system.
That's really good to know. And what about the condition criteria for the products that you accept?
Well, normally the bits, if you have water flushing, they are reasonably clean, but we like to have them, so to say, washed and clean from debris or contamination.
Would this one be accepted?
That one is in good shape for recycling. It actually is on the way to recycling.
Okay, so you just intercepted it.
Yes.
Good to know. And I know that we touched upon it, how the actual recycling process itself worked, but could you let us know a little bit more about how it works from the Wolfram Bergbau and Hütten?
Well, in 2009, Sandvik acquires the company Wolfram Bergbau and Hütten AG in Austria. And with that, we got fantastic technology. It's a very nice facility Wolfram Bergbau have in Austria, where they are very good in making carbide from virgin material as well as from recycling. We also have the facility in Chiplun, India, where we have the zinc process, where we recover the carbides.
And I know that last year you went to Austria yourself, and it started a new initiative. Maybe a new recycling process is being developed, or?
I would look at it like this. I have some serious years in manufacturing, and what we do in manufacturing all the time is a continuous improvement. And I would look at that process as one initiative like that. I mean, we have to tweak our processes all the time, and that's what we are trying to do together with Wolfram Bergbau.
And how are you tweaking it exactly? Would you like?
Well, that is probably up to the experts to tell what we are doing, but it is, together with the zinc process, a good way of recovering the carbide and make it useful.
And where is this recycling program available in the world?
Well, our main areas where we collect is basically Australia, Europe, Latin America, US, Canada, and some other countries. But we like, of course, to grow this initiative and develop the volume that we actually collect also in the areas where we have been present for several years.
Do you think it will grow? I mean...
Well, we have to. I mean, this is a sustainability initiative, and we all know the importance. And seeing Sandvik's target that was set last year, so we have to grow it.
And just for you who recently joined, we're here talking to Petter Nielsen about carbide recycling and how it contributes to building circularity and a sustainable business model. And what about the logistical challenges? Could you let us know a little bit about that?
Well, I can say like this, when you look at the bit, you see them here. It's a huge steel part with the carbide installed. So if we can increase what we do in some areas of the world already, making a local extraction, we can, so to say, reduce the freighted weight with close to 90%, which also have a good impact on the CO2 emissions.
Yeah, it said something like you said 60-70%, but might talk even more than if you reduce.
I think like this, that what you refer to is that, as I stated earlier, continuous improvement. We have quite a lot of activities ongoing that will reduce the CO2 emission, and with a goal that is in the range of 60-70%.
And you mentioned that we received the largest volume from Australia. Why has the program been particularly successful down under?
Well, first of all, Australia was the initiative starting this, and it's almost 15 years back when they set up the containers and start to bring back the dull products from the customers. And Australians are sustainable, environmental conscious people with also some ideas of how to handle the costs. So I think that that's mainly. Then also Australia is a big mining market with large mining houses.
So there are many reasons.
Yeah, that has a good impact.
And do you need a certain quantity to make this sustainable, so to speak?
Well, we discussed about the logistic hurdles, and we take care of the transportation and logistics from the customer to the basically ready to press powder and back to the making a new insert. So small quantities has difficulties to be, should I say, cost efficient to transport. But we try to balance this with our way of paying our customers.
It does sound like you're doing this a lot and that it is a lot of, there is a lot of percentages, but what are we talking about in the total tools sold? What percentage out of that?
Well, if we look at the weight of tools sold, and when I compare carbide-enhanced drill products with the product line top hammer, DTH, rotary raise boring, we are in the level of 40% of the weight that we collect compared to the sold.
And what role does carbide recycling play in our overall circularity journey?
I think that our business model and the way we do business with our customers is a very good way of increasing the circularity, because together with our customers we bring back the dull products and we take the recycling process, create new inserts and new products and back to the customer again. I think that's very circular.
And what would you say that you would hope to see for the future of Sandvik's carbide recycling program?
Well, we discussed it. I would like to see that we can manage to find more customers, grow it, and also develop the processes so we can utilize the material even better. And with the sustainability initiatives that we have seen in Sandvik recently, I think we have a very good setup to improve the environment in a very good way.
That's good. And to the audience then, take the opportunity to ask questions to Petter Nielsen. He will do his best to answer, I know for sure. So if someone would want to join, I know that people might have joined recently, how do they go about it more specifically?
Well, it varies a little bit from sales area to sales area, but as you say, I'm a global program manager, but I'm doing this together with our sales area and our logistics team within Rock Tools. So it's a big number of people that together make this happen. So the customer or a new one that like to participate, he should contact the sales representative or our information channels that we have, or on this seminar.
Yeah, that's good. So then that's clear. And also, I'm going to see if we have some questions from the audience. We have a lot of participants from Zambia, I can see. So it's really good to see. And let's see. There's Bruno Cardim from Mozambique. And also Kenya, and Trevor Gildenhoys from South Africa is sending you his greetings. So you have quite an audience who are interested in this. But is there anything you would like to add that you think is, if you want to summarize the whole carbide buyback recycling program, just to kind of highlight it? Why are we doing it and what's the best about it?
I think it's a very good way to use material as good as possible instead of mining new material. So with our carbide recycling, we actually make two good things. Cleaning the steel body from the carbide makes very good recyclable steel. And the carbide, we know that that's a resource that we in Sandvik take well care of.
It's how to say, it's not infinite. There are not infinite carbide in the earth. So we need to be careful.
I think, Martina, that all of us are, we have a responsibility to take care of our environment. So the better we recycle, the larger impact we can create on the CO2 and energy consumption.
It has been truly great talking to you on this very important topic. It's part of Sandvik's overall ambition to be a driver in sustainable business. So I want to thank you for joining us, and thank you to the audience for joining us as well. And it was great having you here.
Thank you, Martina.
And stay tuned for our next live session on October 27th. Thank you.